This might actually be stable enough to play. Hello, I'm WellArmedWithTacos, and we're going to try to play Oblivion at 30 frames per second recording, because apparently 60 is currently too much for something. I don't know what is causing the 60 to have so much issues, and even now, this 30 is not controlling comfortably. But maybe, with a little bit of luck, we can get this to work. And immediately, I look into the eyes of a wretched monster, and I have no arrows equipped. I was wondering why I wasn't drawing back. Hello, everyone, and hopefully this is going to work. I might just sort of have to... Oh, I actually was not confident that I'd hit anymore. That thing has really good... Was it the Clanfear who saw me, or the Atronach? Nothing's coming at me right now. I just wasted an arrow, that's fine. Trying to keep an eye on all directions here. This should be recording. I have my microphone on pause, but it's been on pause now, so it should be recording fine, the audio-wise, I mean. In the last Oblivion video I did, in the very end of it there, like the little 10-minute thing that went up. Oh, did not see you down there. You guys went completely around, huh? In the last little 10-minute thing that went up, I actually, like, I had this really, really evil voice, this dark, deep voice, at the end of the video, because of some of the issues that were going on, and I'm not entirely sure how it caused that, but, it was still pretty amusing. So, that was something that, amusing that came out of that whole terrible nonsense. Just deal with this flame Atronach here from range. When you're actually trying to sidestep it properly, it's not very accurate. And there's basically no point in looting it for arrows, is there? The frame rate has dropped significantly, but it just improved when I tried to loot that thing, so... Again, hopefully this is stable enough. I'm sorry that I have to do this at 30 instead of 60, or the usual 50. There probably will be a noticeable drop in quality for the video, but I'd rather get something up than nothing. I send a message to Beepa, but I don't expect much helpful response. They can't help you with anything third party, which is basically every video game ever made, since Beepa doesn't own any video games. They're not a tech support company for video games. Like, they can't diagnose any video games. All I told them was it had been working fine. I played the same games under the same recording settings that was working fine, and now it's not working anymore. To my knowledge, everything on my computer is updated. I actually made sure I tried to get everything updated just in case that was the thing causing the issue, but that didn't seem to fix anything. So, I'm not sure what's causing that. I'm really not too sure, but hopefully as long as this stays stable enough at 30, we can still make a video. I bet they want me to go through those towers to get over there, but probably not going to happen. In fact, especially because I don't see any bridges leading over there. The game is playing pretty smooth at certain times. It's like the Heroes of the Storm videos I uploaded yesterday. At times, it's the smoothest the recording's ever been, and that's because I'm doing it at 30 instead of 60, and that's a big, huge weight off the computer's shoulders. It's a big drop in things it has to do when it has to do 30 instead of 60, but it reduces the video quality. It's not like my videos are quality in the first place, but I try, you know? I really do try to make the best videos I'm capable of making. Also, I just noticed my chameleon effect is completely back in place, so something must have changed. It has to be something in the graphical settings. I am now completely chameleon again. Which, to be honest, I kind of wish I wasn't anymore. I kind of got used to it when I was not completely chameleon, because I was able to finally see my weapons again, and that was kind of cool. I wonder if there's something I can change for that. I don't know. Not something I know what it is, but I'm sure it is a video option of some type. If somebody knows what that is, I'd love to change that back to actually so I'm less cloaked. Because I was actually starting to get used to that. I don't see any enemies, but I know they're around. Clearly they have to be around, I mean. I just don't see them. Usually you look for a way up. Just gonna fight this guy at range, because like I said in a couple of video parts past, if I want to get better at marksman, I have to work to get better at marksman. I'll take the hits, because that's what I was afraid of. I was afraid of luring everybody in the general vicinity. What kind of a spell was that you just tried to throw at me like a little wind tornado? I am desperately missing this guy. Even that somehow missed. That finally managed to hit. If I want to get better, there is somebody behind me swinging his sword. This is not good. I have people coming at me from every direction now. I'm pretty sure somebody was throwing lightning bolts from upstairs. This went to heck real bad. Okay, where's that one guy? There he is. I missed. I'm missing this guy a lot, and that's hurting my arrow supply. Good news is, he appears to be almost dead, and I missed again. Okay, he's dead. So if I can find my arrows, I'd love to pick them back up. There's a couple of them lying around. I remember now that I can loot these things. Sweet. I actually had a soul in it. How much is that soak worth? Quite a bit. I'll actually take it, because it doesn't weigh a lot. I can loot these guys for a couple of my arrows back. I apologize. I'd like to apologize personally for... Ooh. Doesn't actually sell for that much, though. I'd like to apologize for how I was speaking in the previous video. I was very frustrated with the events going on, and it was very difficult for me to deal with. And it hasn't much improved. A couple of things are different, like now I'm able to actually record Oblivion. Actually, it's staying at like 60 in the gates of Oblivion, which is being really nice. I really like that, but I'll take it for sell value if nothing else. I looted that guy already. I've been around here in a circle. I'm just looking for a spot where I can rest, and I'm probably not going to find one. Not until I go outside. We'll power through for now. But yeah, that was it was pretty immature of me. But everything I said was true. I just said it. I said it in the wrong way. I really was not in a position to get the help I needed, because my internet at the time really was pretty pitifully bad. That was not making that up, and this is not the kind of thing that you can just find immediate support for usually. Well, that's what I get for trying to overcompensate for an arrow. I've said it before, and almost every time it remains true. In my experience, usually when I have a technical issue, I'm like the only guy. It usually feels like that. Like, I'll go on Google and I'll look for help, and I will find no instances of anybody else share. Okay, there are a lot of dudes here. I don't think I'm actually going to... I'm going to load because I was uncomfortable with that. Also, did I loot these guys and save? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what I did and didn't loot. I think I actually looted everything by this point. I had a little bit. Oh, no, maybe I had the same magicka. Is this the same door? I think it is. Okay, there's a lot of dudes in here, and I'm going to try to drop that one guy faster, because I almost dropped him the first time, but the other dude kind of got in the way, so I couldn't deliver the final arrow, but I'm going to try to drop one of these guys and head out the room, because there's too many here for a direct conflict. I don't see anyone, so I'm going to have to come up here and probably get spotted. Dead. And the game is still running really smoothly. It's actually kind of surprising. Like, it's running very smoothly. I'm actually kind of shocked about how smooth this is. I haven't recorded something this smooth in a long time. Of course, it's dropped down to 30 now. It kind of goes up and down. But when it's at 60, it's full stable 60. It works really well. I don't know what's going on. I used to be able to do 60 just fine. I haven't changed any hardware specs. Oh. I always get nervous when when I see stuff like that in the game, because that's the kind of stuff where when the game engine is trying to comprehend what the hell is. I got the guy right in the neck and he was still alive. When the game is trying to comprehend what's going on, it can sometimes crash. That third guy isn't here this time. Maybe he patrols. Oh dear. I don't see any other threats. Ideally, this thing won't see me if I stay still. Because my chameleon effect is pretty strong. I'm not terrible at stealth. Not the best at it, but not terrible at it. Still need to work on my skills. Finish killing this thing. I really would appreciate if somebody could tell me, like, whether or not the oh dear, whether or not the quality drop from 30 to 60 was is significant. Because it's hard for me to tell. Because as I'm playing the game, my experience playing the game is obviously significantly improved. It's way better when I'm playing the game. And during the recording, like during the watching the feedback not on YouTube, the quality is essentially like the video player on the computer is different from the video player on YouTube. I really can't explain that better. The problem is, once it's on YouTube, my internet connection is so poor, at least for like videos and stuff, that I can't really watch anything in high settings, and especially like the 60 FPS settings. So I'm not the kind of, like, I'm not really in a position to watch my own videos on YouTube at their best possible quality, and it's at that quality, it's at that 60 mark that you're gonna see the significant changes. So I won't be able to see the changes where it really counts in that final bracket, that 60 like 720p 1080p 60 frames per second thing. I gotta stay away from that big guy because he can stun lock me, not to mention he hurts. Marksman skill has increased. Keep it coming. I should have done this long ago. Just bought a bunch of arrows like this. Ow. What I want to do is do that. Oh dear. Oh no, these guys can shoot fireballs. I'm sure it was him doing it. I forgot they could shoot fireballs. For a second there, I thought somebody else had chosen to get involved in this fight. These guys take a lot of abuse. Also, I don't think my weapon has a charge anymore. Nope, no it does not. That's why my damage went down and I didn't see the fire effect anymore. Let us recharge this by going over here and going to our stones, which are somewhere. Let's recharge Fire Strike. Recharge everything. And then quickly move. Yep. Come on. Oh, you might get me. Good. Nobody else saw me. Whew. I didn't want to back up too far because I'd back up into another fight. 14 arrows back, and he had a fork. Get some of those arrows back. I need to meditate upon what I've learned. But not yet. Not until I find a bed. I'll probably stop at an inn when I'm done in here. Is there enemies nearby? No, then I will just wait. Wait an hour. Apparently that guy was not an enemy nearby. Let's kill him. Get that sneak attack damage in. Then just level up marksman. You know what would be really cool? If re-enchanting things, like reapplying the soul gems to it, helps increase your repair skill, because that would actually be kind of neat, as opposed to just the system that's in place now, where it's just a useless drain on your time and money. It'd have a point to it, you know. We're gonna save. I am nothing if not a save scummer. But I use that term from other people's mouths. I don't use that term myself. I don't think save scumming is scumming at all. I think save scumming is just a way a player chooses to play a game. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I certainly believe there could be bragging rights involved in not playing a game that way. I was talking to a person. I won't say a friend, but I was talking to a person about XCOM, Enemy Unknown, or is it? Yeah, I think it's Enemy Unknown. I was talking with someone about XCOM Enemy Unknown, and I remarked that I was able to do the CDOC mission, the one with all the chrysalids on it, without losing anybody. But I made it quite clear, although it was extremely difficult, and believe me, it was extremely difficult. It's helped that I saved basically every single round. I'm the kind of guy where when I'm playing XCOM, I will save. Like if I have a 75% chance to hit, I will save, and if I miss, I will move a single square and then try it again, because I know the way the game's engine thinks, and I can abuse that to try to get a better shot. That's just how I play the game. If you don't like that, well, it's not your problem. You can play the game how you want to play the game. That's why you introduce a save anywhere system, because the player can make the choice whether or not they want to save constantly, or whether or not they want to save at certain... Did I almost one hit that thing? No, I must have missed. Also, I need to be moving at full movement speed. Stealth is not going to help me against a clan fear that knows I'm here. It's the player's choice. It's all about how the player wants to play the game, and that's how it should be. As long as... Okay, I should be specific. In terms of saving, that's how it should be. I think there is a limit to the players should play the game how they want to play it, because you can that goes into the whole modding thing for me. That's one of the reasons I don't like mods, because I've seen mods that completely take a game and destroy the artist's original vision of it, and I think that's crossing the line. But as long as it's the artist and everything is completely cool with it, then that's fine. And I say artist, I mean artist is it's not the wrong term, but it's not the only term. Game developers, game creators, programmers, developers, they're all the proper terms. Artist is definitely one of them. That's not to say like developers aren't artists. They certainly are. Can be. Certainly can be. I'm backing into an Atronach, but I'd rather back into an Atronach and get away from this guy. I mean, the Atronach is really just going to shoot fireballs at me anyways, and as long as I keep moving, it will reliably hit. Thank you for the emerald, dude. Also, I took your heart. Didn't mean to. Gotta keep leveling up that marksman. Gotta get better at it, you know? Gotta get good enough and combine it with my stealth so that I can one-hit things. Also, something I just realized that I like about this game more than I like than Skyrim, when you level up certain skills, the game assigns you new perks. Like when you level up your archery, the game decides, oh, here you go, here's an ability that lets you like zoom in and everything. I didn't like the fact in Skyrim that you kind of had to pick and choose the perks there between each individual talent. It's fine in Fallout for me, because in Fallout they're not usually perk related, except in Fallout 4. No, even Fallout 4 it was mostly like your character, your special. That's what it's called. It's more related to your special. But in Skyrim, it's like if you want to be really good at archery, in Fallout there's like a perk for being good at archery. And in Skyrim, there's like, here's 1,000 perks for being good at archery, and we're gonna make you pick the one you want. And it's like eh. I'd rather just say, here you go, here's more damage, and here's the thing we're gonna assign you for your new thing. I prefer that, but I will see you all later. Thank you for watching, and this is WellArmedWithTacos signing off. Take care and bye bye.